29 years of marital experience with my first wife, Debbie. And I wish to share some tidbits of information that should help you through your lives together. To start with, here are my quotable quotes for good things to know to enhance your marriage that you should know. Number one, when Debbie married Mr. Wright, she didn't know his first name was Always. I found that the most effective way to remember Debbie's birthday was to forget it. Debbie says I never listen or something like that. Love is blind, but marriage to Debbie has been a real eye-opener. You know, Debbie says men are all the same. They just have different faces so you can tell them apart. Debbie always told me she wanted to marry a man who was committed. I told her, if you wanted a committed man, you might as well look in the mental hospital. Marriage is when a man and woman become as one. The trouble starts when they just try to decide which one. And you heard Pastor Tom that every man and every woman should marry. After all, happiness is not the only thing in life. And I'm sure I told you this one a few times. Marriage is grand, but divorce is 100 grand. Seek a happy marriage with wholeness of heart, but do not expect to reach the promised land without going through some wilderness together. All right? And now, folks, the secret to a happy marriage, which still may be a secret. Debbie and I got married October 23, 1982, in the backyard of my parents' house in Redlands, California. I knew after meeting my wife, and we dated for 2 weeks, I was going to marry her. I don't believe I've ever told the story, though, to anybody of our honeymoon. I'll keep the details. Yeah. It was actually the next day. We decided to go to Knott's Berry Farm. Isn't that right, Debbie? We went to Knott's Berry Farm. That's right. We were having a grand time there. We were like practically the only ones in the park because it was like a Sunday or something, Monday like that. I forget. Anyhow, one of the rides, which is no longer there anymore, is the pack mule ride. And you used to have this little trail to ride the pack mules, and it'd take you all around the park. Well, we decided to take that little pack mule ride, and we hadn't gone too far on the ride when all of a sudden Debbie's mule stumbled, and she fell off the mule. And she got up, she looked at the mule, and she said, "That's once." We proceeded a little further, and doggone it, her mule didn't stumble again and pitch her off the ground. She got up, quietly went to the mule and said, "That's twice." Well, we weren't halfway around the park when the mule stumbled again. And to my horror and surprise, she reached in her purse and pulled out a .38 revolver and shot that mule dead. My goodness, Debbie, what were you thinking? She looked at me and she goes, "That was once." True story. And now you know the secret to a happy marriage. Living in fear. Life right now is about transition in our family. As the two of you become one and start your new life together, you will be in transition with your new job in the future once school is finished. Life is about transition as Debbie and Jeffrey and I leave for a new future in Colorado. Life is about transition with Debbie as she goes through the change in her career. Life is about transition as I get used to wearing boxers rather than tidy whities. So I want you both to remember, life is about transition. Jeremy, I don't remember if we ever had the talk. Well, I know I suffer from sometimers. So I want to go over a few pointers with you about things not to say tonight on your honeymoon. All right? What? Don't say this to Megan on your honeymoon tonight, okay? 1. But everybody looks funny naked. Number 2. Is that a medic alert bracelet? 3. Can you please pass me the remote control? 4. 5. On second thought, let's turn off the light. Number 6. I thought you had the keys to the handcuffs. Number 7. It's nice being in bed with a woman I don't have to inflate. Chris. Number 8. You could cook too, right? Number 9. And if so, what are you planning for breakfast?
Keep it quick.
And number 10. Hurry up, the room rents by the hour. That's the thing I'm going to say.
No idea what you're talking about.
Oh, now we have a word from our sponsor, Life University. Jeremy, the sponsor of this program, Life University, has opted to give you a full scholarship towards becoming a real man. That's right. You can become a real man as well as earning an AS degree in the study of man. Let's go over a sampling of the coursework involved, shall we?
A real man.
Real man.
Your first year fall schedule will be Men 101, Combating Stupidity. Then Men 102, yes, you too can do housework. Men 103, PMS, learn when to keep your mouth shut.
Good one.
All right, winter schedule includes wonderful laundry techniques. Parenting, it doesn't end with conception. And get a life, learn to cook. Now your spring schedule includes how not to act like a jerk when you're wrong, understanding your incompetence, reasons to give flowers, and what's yours is half hers. Okay? Now, in your second year, the autumn schedule starts out with you can fall asleep without it. And another class offered that autumn schedule. Morning dilemma. If it's awake, take a shower. And of course, the all-important how to put the toilet seat down. As we go along, some of the electives you may choose would be the TV remote and or game controller, overcoming your dependency. And then her birthdays and anniversaries are important, parts 1 and 2. And then the spring schedule, omitting foul language from your vocabulary. That's a pass or fail only. And then, of course, fluffing the blanket after farting is really necessary.
That's amazing.
And finally, the class that you may want to consider also is 30 minutes of begging is not considered foreplay.
Oh my word.
A few other electives you may want to consider in this AS degree: cooking with quiche, utilization of eating utensils, burping and belching discreetly, mother-in-law, appear to be listening, just say yes dear, and cheaper to keep her. Well, enough of this silliness. My son always finds time to do special things. I want you to find special time to do special things with your wife, okay? Even after the honeymoon is over, like Pastor Tom said. Take time to do things that you normally wouldn't do as a man. Like, for instance, when your mother and I went to the nail salon the other day. Yeah, I'd never been to the nail salon before, and I decided to get a pedicure and a manicure. I thought, what a deal. It's $10 to have your feet massaged and clipped and all taken care of, and $10 more for your fingernails and everything. It's just a wonderful feeling. Well, they put the water in the bowl and started soaking my feet. The technician came over, She pulled my first foot out and said, "Wow!" Next thing you know, she started shouting something Asian across the room.
Something Asian.
And next thing you know, the cashier came over and here was a new sign that said, "Men pedicure now $15."
That's true. That's true.
That is a true story. So Megan, I would be remiss if I didn't give you some pointers also. I'm not sure what your parental units have talked to you about. But here are your top 10 things not to say to Jeremy tonight. Number 1, do you smell something burning? Number 2, try breathing through your nose. Number 3, does the TV get any premium movie channels? Number 4, I want a baby.
What's wrong with that?
Number 5, did you know the ceiling needs painting? Number 6, did I take my pill?
By the way, I want a baby.
Number 7, but my cat always sleeps on that pill. Number 8, where are you planning to take me for breakfast? Number 9, is that a hanging sculpture? And number 10, Oprah Winfrey had a show about men like you.
Show me that.
Megan, you came into our life 6 years ago, and I'm so glad you did. You are the daughter we never had. I love you. Debbie loves you. We both thank you for choosing to marry our son, Jeremy. You are soulmates. Love him. Take care of him. Goodness knows the cord only stretches so far from us. And now to Crystal Marie.
What?
Yes, Jeremy was born. He was supposed to be our daughter. We had picked out the name Crystal Marie before he was.
He would have been like
No idea what
me.
you're talking
It
about.
wasn't until the night he was born, night before he was born, that we picked out Jeremy Lynn. He was born March 30, 1986, in the morning. Debbie woke me up, said it was time, so we loaded up Jeffrey, got into the tow truck, drove to Grandma's house in Redlands, where we got married a few years before. And with the help of a midwife, Debbie gave birth to our little surprise when we saw he was a boy. How proud we were of him. Grandpa Badger got out his fish scales and weighed him. He was a whopper. Jeremy and his brother Jeffrey grew up taking care of each other and becoming the best of friends. They never really fought, and arguments were usually short and forgot about. Jeremy has a mischievous spirit about him, and he's happy-go-lucky with a bit of not knowing what to expect from him. He's a chip off the old block for sure. He has had to learn some things the hard way, and that old badger stubbornness shines through from time to time. I've always kidded Jeremy by quoting the famous line by Jackie Gleason in the movie Smokey and the Bandit.
I know this is coming.
You see, Jackie plays this county sheriff named Buford T. Justice. And his son, Junior, was about to marry Sally Field until she became the runaway bride. She got picked up in this 1977 Trans Am by Burt Reynolds. I'm sure you guys all know. Anyhow, car chase after car chase occurs, wreck after wreck. And right after that Buford T. Justice and Junior had slid the 76 Pontiac four-door sedan, brown in color, underneath this semi-truck and took the top off. Buford comes up to his son sitting in the car. And he looks at him and he says, "There's no way you could have ever come from these loins. Remind me when I get home to punch your mama in the mouth." And I actually elaborated on that quite a bit.
Every other day,
when I
too.
quoted. But anyhow, Jeremy, I'm here to tell you, your bride, in front of all these wonderful people, how proud I am of you and the man you have become. You did come from these loins.
Did I know?
Remind me that when I get home to kiss your mama on the mouth. You guys are beginning your married life, and along with God's richest blessings, your future together looks great. You've learned well from your father. Mom and I are going to miss you both. You guys know Colorado is just a short 3-hour flight away, and it is your home away from home. So let me finish by giving you this blessing. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. May the rain fall soft upon the fields. May the light of friendship guide your paths together. May the laughter of children someday grace the halls of your home. May the joy of living for one another trip a smile from your lips and a twinkle from your eye. And when eternity beckons, at the end of a life heaped high with love, may the good Lord embrace you with the arms that have nurtured you the whole length of your joy-filled days. May the gracious God above hold you both in the palm of his hands, and forever may the spirit of love find a dwelling place in your hearts. Salud.
Salud. Jeremy and Megan. Yay.